Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are on our last day for our egg project. On day number 1, we blew out an egg. On day number 2, or step number 2, we painted an egg using patterns, which is still on the board back there. Today I'm going to show you how we're going to decorate this egg not using paint. We are going to use glue and paper. You can use a napkin, you can use a paper towel, you can use fancy paper. You can use absolutely anything that you have. Now, I have never done this project before, and I tested it out today. I heard about this project from my mother-in-law, who used to do it with her mother, and I've always wanted to do it. So you could take a fancy napkin. You can transfer it onto an egg like this. If you don't have a napkin or anything like that, you could take a paper towel. You can draw on it, and then you can transfer it on your egg like this. This kind of left it pretty textured. There are some white areas and some where you can see through to the brown egg. I would just say that if you want to decorate a paper towel, just make sure you use Sharpie. And I didn't have any colored Sharpies with me in the moment, so all I have is a black and white one. And I actually kind of like it. I think it's cool. Now I have this really pretty paper I just found, so I'm going to use that today. So that is what we need. So if you want to pause the video right now and decorate a napkin with eggs or designs on it with Sharpie, or you can get any type of napkin, or you might have some fancy paper. I'm just going to recommend that you use thinner paper. Construction paper might be okay for this too. If you have tissue paper, that's great, but if you have the tissue paper that bleeds out color, you're going to want to probably skip that tissue paper because it might get messy. But if you like getting messy, go for it. All right, so I forget if we went over the materials, but you need paper. You need your egg. You need a water container, halfway full with water, and a paintbrush. I have a small round paintbrush. That's going to work great. And then you also need glue. I'm going to use Mod Podge. If you don't have this, what you can use is Elmer's glue. That will work great. I would just squirt out a little onto your dried paint palette from the other day, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do with your paper is that you have to rip it up. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to rip it. So when you rip, you just want to take your pinching fingers and you rip. Now you might want to leave like a long strip because maybe you want the pattern to be intact as you wrap it around it. I did that with the little bunnies. I ripped out each little bunny. You can use scissors. If you want to use scissors and cut this out too, that's fine. I just love ripping because I like the look of ripped paper. So I'm going to do enough. You guys see my cat's back here walking around. His name's Thunder. All right, I think I have a nice little pile right here. And if I need more, I can get more. All right, so let's get ready. Take a deep breath. Get your egg. We have our water. I'm going to swirl it on the bottom. Always going to wipe the sides. I'm going to pick up some glue. Now I have my glue in the lid of my container right there. So I'm going to pick up some glue, and what I'm going to do to make this work is I'm going to make a glue sandwich. I'm actually going to start right at the hole at the top. I'm going to cover this area with my glue. I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to put it right on top, and now I have to put glue on the top. So it's a glue sandwich. The glue's on each side, like the bread. You might have to go over it, I don't know, maybe even 50 times to make sure it's really going to behave and go down flat. At first I thought this was too thick, but I decided I'm going to make it work, so I just kept going and going and going, and now it's behaving. All right, so now I'm going to do another glue sandwich. So the glue is my bread. I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to overlap it on top of the other paper slightly, get a little more glue, and I'm going to glue it flat. I think these eggs are gorgeous. I cannot wait to see what this one looks like. All right, glue sandwich. All right, let's keep going. We are going to glue down first layer, which is my bread. I'm going to fill my sandwich with paper, overlap it, pick up some glue and finish my glue sandwich. All right, now I'm going to go around. Now, you might get to a point where you're like, man, my hands are going to start getting really sticky, so you can pause and wait for it to dry and then do the other end later, or you can do it all in one shot. I'm going to get my glue. Whoops. Whoops. Oh my goodness. No mistakes in art. I'm going to make anything work. That has a little piece coming out. That's fine by me. All right, and add the top layer. Now when you're finished this, if you need a spot for it to glue, I would not put it on any type of paper. If you have parchment paper or wax paper, you can lay it on that. Lots of times I will actually rest mine right inside my paint palette, and that's just enough so I can pop it off later. All right, I'm going to keep rotating it. Here's my glue. Overlap it. Now, if you watched my video yesterday, you know what I said about the metal on the paintbrush. And if you didn't watch my video yesterday, I'll tell you again. If you want to keep your hands unsticky or your painting hand, all you have to do is make sure that your hand does not go onto the metal. Try to keep your glue from staying off the metal, but already I goofed on that. But if my hand stays off the metal, it's going to be fine. But if you mess up and you get if you get glue on your finger, it's okay. We're going to make it work. You just wipe it on your paper towel, if you have a paper towel. You can wipe it on your papers actually, because it's just going to get gluey, and you do what you want. Alright, so here's my glue sandwich. I'm going to lay it down. Ooh, that was a little weird thing sticking out of it. Cool fibers. Alright, and that's what we're going to do until it's all done. I'm going to do one more with you guys, and then I'm going to let you have fun with your families. Or maybe you're working on your own. That's totally fun too. Right now my whole family is just another part of the house, and I'm doing this by myself. I don't know. Sometimes I like making art with people, and sometimes I like being alone. It all depends on my mood. I wonder how it is with you. Okay, one last. Oh, this part's popping up a little bit. I'm a little frustrated. So I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to keep going. Alright, so I need to let this dry before I finish gluing it, so I'm going to set it right here in the corner. This is styrofoam, so it is not going to stick to my egg. I'll be able to pop it off just fine and flip it over and do the back. I hope you had fun today. I would love to see your pictures. If you do a hashtag up the art, I'll be able to find you. I can find you on Facebook with that, and I can find you on Instagram with that. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.